Because his hands you hold my bowl while you're giving the speech.
Because no one else will.
It's funny because it's true. I swear to God, Angel uppercutted my nuts.
Yeah, Angel hit him in the nuts. Dustin, I love you! I love you. And James, too. What?
Oh dear. Okay.
Hi,
You're
Bob.
gonna make him nervous.
When have you ever cared? September 2014. Everyone's at the finish line. Dustin, can you do a speech? I didn't prepare one. I believe in you. Oh, all right. Fine.
But Dustin, what superhero underwear are you wearing? Is it embarrassing?
Underwear.
Oh, yes.
Dustin, you were supposed to do it in a split Ranger panty. It's wet! Oh, it's so muddy though.
We love you. We wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, have mercy.
I'll make that part up to you.
Have mercy.
Have mercy.
Yeah, my actual goal was to, the past 2 weeks have sucked because of this job. But I've been able to stretch as much. My entire goal was to Jean-Claude Van Damme between two people's shoulders.
I'd be one of those people.
I will. That will be how I return as a racer. I will just like have people like carry me Pharaoh style.
You can totally put your legs on my shoulder.
It has been a minute. It has. You always need your solid 8.
Back up a little bit. There we go.
So, back in June of 2013, the first time, my first time ever working the Tuxedo New York race. I've heard about it for years. I've heard that the races are great, the obstacles are great, that it was a unique experience in Spartan history at the time. And my very first time announcing there, I heard about this one team that was going out there. I was told about it by Steve-O, actually. He came by and gave us a heads up. Yeah, there's this lady who's coming through. She's got this brittle bone thing. I don't know what the hell it's called, but
She's feeling better. I don't know what it's called.
osteogenesis imperfecta. Is that it?
There you go.
Yeah, see, I care.
Wow. James does not care.
Keep hitting me below the belt.
And James is no longer boyfriend number 1.
And seeing you at the start line, seeing the beginnings of Team Ilene for the very first Team Ilene Spartan race, I'll never forget it. I was so inspired by how enthusiastic everyone was at the start line, because back then it was uncommon to see this kind of thing. We had Team Extreme come out in 2012, and that was the beginning. And then Team Ilene in 2013. It was the beginning of the really serious times of people overcoming their own obstacles, whether it be disabilities, different abilities, adaptive abilities, whatever terms you like to use. After being around this team long enough, none of them really seem appropriate, because...
Fucking crackheads.
Also that's important.
Just saying.
Watching everyone go through the course, helping Ilene, people picking up rocks to carry along the way to remind them of the things that people have to live with every day, the burdens they can't put down, the stuff that they overcome every single time they step onto the course or step out of their house, step anywhere. And I remember Team Ilene crossing the finish line. I lost my damn mind. I was absolutely ecstatic watching that happen. I was screaming on the microphone, telling everyone who would listen, and it was the coolest thing. I was so inspired. Somebody came by the main stage and dropped off one of the stones that they'd carried. And I went nuts because I thought it was the coolest thing. I kept the rock, and I went around to all the staff at the closeout meeting and had everyone sign it. Technically, I signed it twice because one of the guys on the team couldn't write, so I had to sign his name. I'll let you guess who that was later.
Who was it?
Carried you into the fire.
Oh, God!
And yeah, so that's why I drew a little fire underneath it too.
That's what it was.
Yeah. And I had that rock for a long time because I never had the chance to actually get it to you. But it really moved me, and I talked about it the rest of the night at that race. And speaking of that race, I remember back then, I saw myself in my position as the announcer of a Spartan race as like a fast food employee. Someone who was there to do a job, do it well, and then get out of your way. I remember I used to be so lonely at every race. I remember like announcing on the mic, all right guys, the last races are out there on the course, so be sure to have a great time in the festival area. Let us know if there's anything that we've done well or things that we could do better. Find somebody in a blue shirt, find me, come talk to me. Because back then the main stage and the start line were the same, so once all the races were gone, I was by myself for the rest of the day. And it wasn't until spring of 2014 when a friend actually told me that people knew who I was after they had left the start line, and everyone's like, you know him? Why do they care? And it was that same race when a lot of other things changed, because right after is when I lost my wallet. And I mean, I'd already done a race with Team Ilene, and I knew I liked everybody, but I mean, I grew up like bullied and abused, so I'm ragingly insecure, and I'm very open about that. So I thought that it was just a bunch of nice people, and that was about it. And people that I took, well, they were nice to me. I can go to rock. And after I lost my wallet, I was kind of stranded in North Carolina. I was supposed to be in New York for a dinner with Team Ilene, and it was going to be the first time I'd ever hung out with racers outside of a race. And I was like, that's so nice they invited me. That's neat. Oh, damn. I'm poor now. I can't go. But I have to be in Boston next weekend. What the hell am I going to do? And I texted Ilene and said, I'm sorry, but I have to cancel. And she's like, can you get to New York? I guess. I mean, I'll be running on fumes when I get there, but we'll see. And I get to New York. I get lost for like 8 hours in the city trying to find my way to that restaurant where they had pork belly tacos.
You're welcome.
Sorry, the Team Ilene cross.
I'm so glad that's our film.
And when I got there, I have never been more touched by a racer, James.
That was a literal statement.
There's no way that I could phrase it that way and not include that. But when I got there, I found out that the members of Team Ilene had actually raised a collection to help get me by, because I had just taken out like so much money out of my bank account to make a purchase, and all of my cash was in my wallet when it was lost, and then never turned back in. And they raised enough money to get me by until my next paycheck came in. Because back then, they sent them through the mail. And it took 6 weeks to get paid.
You had an address?
It goes to my family's address in Georgia. Same place all the stuff goes now before they forward it to me if they can ever find me. And I'll never forget, that was the first time I actually felt like a part of the community. At that time, I had worked here for 3 years, and it was the first time I actually felt like a part of it, instead of just somebody behind the scenes, somebody who put it on. It was the first time I felt like part of the team. It was the exact moment I saw all of my hard work come to fruition. It was the moment that I saw a sport become a community, become a family. And it was the first time I felt like a part of that family. And it gave me faith in the OCR community. And it was just in time, because without that faith, I don't know how I would have made it for the next few months. Because that was the spark that seemed to ignite some of the craziest times in my Spartan history, because over the next few months I would deal with the most ludicrous crazies and stalkers and
We're not going anywhere.
oh no, yeah, like 2 months later is when I would go on one date and it ended up with like threats, and when everyone found out and everyone just ended badly, and I don't know how I would have gotten through all of the negative without it being balanced by the positives that were started by Team Ilene and the family that I've developed here, and the trust that was put here. Because, like I said back in Amesbury 2014, the career that I've chosen for myself, the life that I have to lead, the crowds that I have to be in front of, and everything that's ahead of me, I will always have more fans than friends. I will always have to wonder what people's real intentions are for me. I will never know if someone wants to be friends with me or the public version of me. I'll never know if they actually genuinely care about my well-being, or if they just want bragging rights of knowing some stupid character that I have to play. But around here, I never have to worry about that, because you guys have been with me through all of the shenanigans, but as well as the The dark times, the suffering. Ilene knows more about my lack of love life than anybody else. Partially because I trust her, mostly because she pries.
She should do the stalking for you.
She does. She's like Carfax for women.
It's true.
But since 2013, the years of speeches, terrible life decisions, injuries, all the heartfelt talks outside of Dunkin' Donuts with Starbucks with you using your AAA membership to help me get my keys out of my car, and you having all of your own superpowers, from powering through pain and injury to just the uncanny ability to dish out guilt trips like
You seriously suck.
Yeah, super hard.
Here's something nice to say. You're the car.
Telling you he loves you for the last hour.
Tears
You do your Jewish roots. You do your Jewish
Tears for
roots proud.
violence.
But there's really no way to explain everything that Team Ilene has meant to me and done for me over the past few years. You'll never know how much I love each of you. You'll never know the impact you've had on me, because there's no words for it. You'll never know how late that I stayed up writing all of those damn speeches. Or how much time I spent with that rap, writing it, memorizing it to the point that I could actually do it. And that was the first time I'd ever publicly performed a rap song. Especially out of race with the 10,000 people in historic Fenway Park, rapping at the start line. But the impact you've had on me, I only hope that I can repay just the smallest bit of it, because what you've done for me, I will carry for a lifetime. Team Ilene and those that have come and go over the years, those who remind me of Team Ilene, and those that I think would fit in well here. Team Ilene set the bar for all of the friendships that I would develop here at Spartan Race and the impacts that would have on me, and the reason that I've been able to stick through it this past 5.5 years. You guys mean the world to me, and I'll never be able to repay it. But I do have a couple questions.
Before you get to your questions, you're going to be with us for the anniversary races here, right? No, with us.
No.
On the course.
Sadly, no. Because
Guilt trip 'em. Do it. Do it now.
because disappointing women is what I do best.
Yeah.
Now I have a question for you. What is your name and where do you come from?
James Mariano, Captain York.
What is your name and where do you come from?
Joe from New York.
And what is your name and where do you come from? And I'm Gordon Bombay. And we are Team USA, gathered from all across America, and we're going to stick together. Do you know why? Because we are ducks, and ducks fly together.
And you always forget the word.
I do. And just when you think they're about to break apart, ducks fly together. When the wind blows hard and the sky is black, ducks fly together. When the roosters are crowing and the cows are spinning circle in the pasture, ducks fly together. And when everyone says it can't be done, ducks fly together. Now new ducks and old ducks will unite under a new banner, the banner of Team Ilene and James's crotch duck side.
He's the champ.
We will all be uniting underneath that soon. But I hate that the weather has kept us from going onto the course today. But I love that the weather, the mud, and everything else that has made all of this awful is what brought us all together. Because he who sheds mud with me today shall be my brother.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I'm proud of that. That part was off the cuff. But really, thank you guys. I love you all. And there's a bunch of racers that are really mad at me at the start line right now.
Don't forget to grab the butt.
Both of you, touch the butt.
That was pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I know, yeah.
He squats.
Yeah.
Quack, 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 quack.